I'm here to complete the York trifecta. All three of us have gone in a row, so awesome us or whatever. So hey everybody. The world is enormous when you're a little kid and someone first shows you a globe. And you go, yeah, you're this big and our town is only this big and the country's only this big, and there's this whole globe where all these millions and millions of people live, and you're 4 or 5 years old or whatever, and someone first shows you a globe or an atlas, and you're like, holy fuck! But in 4-year-old language, which is holy fuck! In my house, anyway. I don't know about your house, but that's the way it worked in my house. And you think, wow, this world is enormous, and there's so many people, and how am I ever gonna, know anything but my little world right here growing up in suburban Philadelphia. But then I've come to learn how small the world is through my two passions in life, which are the arts and sports. I do both of those things concurrently, which sometimes gets confusing. But when I played on my first soccer team, I played with a guy named Ardajan. And Ardajan and his dad are from Turkey. And I got to look on my globe, my literal small world, my globe, where Turkey was. And I was here and he was there and we were only this big, but somehow we had found our way together. And the world got a little bit smaller. And then my 3rd grade crush was named Elana Rivera. And I found out that Elana Rivera was from Puerto Rico. And I'm like, ooh, where's Puerto Rico? And I get my small world out and I look where it is and my world gets a little bit smaller. And then I found out after that my mom lived in Puerto Rico for a couple years, so the world is even smaller. And as you keep meeting people throughout your life, you realize how small the world is getting as you become more multicultural, as you go through different cultures. I knew people from Mexico, I knew people from Canada when I was in school. When I was in high school, through my high school soccer team, there were 2 boys that played on our soccer team who were from Kenya. And I got to look on my little globe, my small world, where these boys were from, and my world got a little bit smaller. As I went into college, I met people from Ireland, because I played Gaelic football, which is somewhere between soccer and rugby, with little tiny shorts and lots of swearing. The tiny shorts are important. It'll come back later, all right? So I played Gaelic football and hurling, this other Irish sport, for a few years, so I knew all these guys from Ireland, and I knew all about their little towns that they came from, and what their parents did, and how it is that the one guy's dad got here because he was part of the IRA, and he was in trouble and was gonna get arrested and ended up in the US and still can't go back. That his world has to be small. He has to live in suburban Philadelphia because he can't go back to his home country. And my world got a little bit smaller because I learned that story. And then I moved to New York City, and that is the tiniest little world. Manhattan is the tiniest, stupidest little island. No one should ever fucking build that many buildings on one tiny little island, but everyone is there. And I met people from all over the world. I ended up playing on a team, an Australian football team, which has tiny shorts, but also no-sleeve tops. More man skin, if you're into that, okay? He's into it. There we go. So I know these guys from Ireland, I'm playing with all these guys from Australia, and I know the difference between a Perth accent and a Melbourne accent, which is also very different from a Dunedin accent. Where's Dunedin? New Zealand, and I played rugby with guys from New Zealand. And then just a couple years ago, decided my world got as small as it could possibly be because I started playing cricket. Now, if you know about cricket, good. If not, I don't have 5 days to explain to you how cricket works, but I will tell you that it takes 5 days to play a game, all right? I know. But I found my world the smallest that it could possibly be, and yet the biggest, most exciting, most beautiful place I'd ever been. When I'm standing on a cricket field, I'm wearing a stark white outfit, and the other 11 guys, or the other 10 guys on my team are wearing stark white outfits, and the other teams are wearing these beautiful stark white outfits, and we're playing this beautiful classic game. And I'm standing on the field, I'm playing against a team, the other team is entirely from Pakistan. I'd never met anybody from Pakistan before. On my team, there are Kiwis from New Zealand. There is an Australian guy. There is a Sri Lankan. There are a couple guys from India. There is an Englishman. There is a South African. There is a Canadian. And there is me. Lonely, scared, 4-year-old me who first found his small world, a globe. And now, if I put a pinprick in every one of those little places, I haven't been there, but I know people from all those places, and my world is smaller and more comfortable every time I meet somebody from somewhere else. Unfortunately, I had to move to York, Pennsylvania, and the world has grown. The world is getting bigger as I see more and more white people, which is disturbing every day. I lived in Harlem for 5 years. I'm not used to seeing this many white people in one place, all right? But I hope that even though I'm living in a smaller town and the world is getting bigger, and I can see that people in small towns see this big world and think it's scary. But I've been there. I've been to the little tiny Manhattan with all the people, and it's not scary. It's beautiful. And I hope that even living in a small town, I can stay comfortable knowing what I now know. Thank you.